Welcome to Illustrious Magic Plays Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah!
I am your host, Steven Santana. With me today is Brendan, a Final Fantasy noob, and Cameron, who has played quite a bit of Final Fantasy.
5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay,
Ooh.
I've played 7, 10, 12, and the demo for 15.
And I gave up on 3.
Yeah, okay. So we're here playing 7, mostly because after that remake trailer, which blew everyone's mind at E3 2015.
I
look forward to that one in 2019.
Shit, I fucking got up and was just like, woo! They did it! They actually did it!
They've been teasing me for 10 years.
It's been so long.
You know, we talked about this. I don't really care about Final Fantasy, but I had that same reaction. I was like, I can't believe this is happening, and I genuinely. So I was watching it at home, and like I was freaking out, and then I look up and realized that I was doing like the power stance standing up, and I was like, when did I stand up? Like I genuinely do not remember standing up, but I was so hyped by it. But that was kind of the theme of E3, of me being hyped for other people's excitement. Because all the big announcements I couldn't give a
Well, that was
fuck
me
about.
with Shenmue. With Shenmue 3 being like, we're doing Shenmue 3. It was like, what? That was insane. Like, that was crazy. Because I knew how many, I know certain people who are just, they fucking wanted Shenmue 3 forever. And they finally got it in Kickstarter, which is a little weird. But yeah, this is the opening of Final Fantasy VII. Very iconic. So with the remake, do you think they will, they've said that they're going to change certain things. Do you think the beginning, though...
So the opening scene has to be
exactly the same, except with
I feel like they're
modern.
gonna do it just to appeal to the fans.
I think so,
you
too.
You have to just grab them and...
If nothing else, people will get to the first cutscene, see it's different, and be like, everything changed. This is all terrible. Like people are gonna be so sensitive to 7, and I think that's why they've waited so long to do it. Because if they quote unquote mess anything up,
everyone will
freak out. So I feel like they at least need to get off on the right foot and get people kind of comfortable with it, and then slowly make some changes here and there.
Yeah.
Well, it's why wouldn't you? I mean...
Well, because it's a fucking old game, so it's you have to change certain things.
Well, no, of course you're gonna do the scene.
So do you think shot for shot, camera angles, zooming and everything?
I think they should. Because they kind of already did it with the tech demo, and the ending of Crisis 4 was the lead up into this. But it was just the story continues in Final Fantasy VII, and it's just alright, well, I guess. I mean, this part probably won't look exactly the same.
I'm sure that it won't look like this.
Yeah, I love that part. You can get 2 potions from the dead body.
He looks a little sickly.
Oh, this is where you do the first battle. There are mods, because the PC version has mods.
Yes. Is it going to be turn-based? So.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. Has to be.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it has.
Well, the reason that 7's so famous is because of the gameplay, right? Isn't that?
No, it's more...
It's the story.
It's the story, the setup of it, just the way that everything works in, weird ways. Where it's alright, this dude's a mercenary who was hired by Avalanche to help them blow up a Mako reactor, which is sucking energy from the world. And
Wow.
Environmental terrorists.
Wow, you weren't kidding about that.
You were environmental terrorists.
Yeah, and the company that's doing it is named Shinra, and you get captured by them at one point. They're kind of like a corporation, but they're also kind of the government for...
They took over the government.
Almost the world?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
They have a monopoly on everything.
Yeah, pretty much. So, there's Midgar, which is, their seminal city that they created, which there's the top plate, which is the upper class, and then there's the bottom of the plate, which is, the lower slums, which is where you are right now. You're I think you're actually in the upper plate right now, but you're, in a factory.
Is it, Lower Terrace from Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is, yes, like that. Which, actually, that's true. I think Knights of the Republic kind of got that from this. Whereas, But no, I feel like there are certain things that have to be changed. I just love this opening, so I really hope that they nail the Midgar sequence, which is 8 to 7 hours until you get out of Midgar and get into the open world. There are certain little touches in this that I love. The people that you're with, I mean, they don't make it. they die. But like this whole opening sequence, you like talk to them frequently. It's optional for you to talk to them, and if you do talk to them, you kind of like you get like little backstory
There's
things.
more character development.
Yeah, there's one dude who's actually a girl who like kind of has a crush on you, I think. And it's just I just love the whole opening sequence. And it's like certain things I know will not work out well. Like they can't do the pre-rendered backgrounds again. It kind of has to be like the third person over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Sort of deal. That kind of sucks because I love the backgrounds in this game. There are certain like art assets that I have saved on my computer just because they're so goddamn good looking.
But there's a way for you to show a city in a third person, or like a setting in a third person setting. Like I think Dragon Age Inquisition did a good job with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's like it's a lot further back than most cameras, so it allows you to just look around and take in everything you're seeing. Yeah, so I wonder if maybe they'll do something like that. But with 15, it's pretty close over the shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The demo, which is not fully representative of whatever the hell they'll do with the actual game.
I mean, how much can they change before release, though?
Well, it depends on when they're releasing it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
look out for it on PS5.
Wedge.
For real.
I don't know what the hell Square Enix is doing over there.
Oh god, I have no idea. Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out in like fucking...
When we're in our 30s, no doubt.
Yeah. I think this game will come out after my 30th birthday. But it's funny because this is actually, the remake is really the only Final Fantasy that I'm looking forward to. Like,
Final Fantasy's kind of dropped the ball recently.
oh, it has, for sure. 13 kind of came out and tried to be like this gigantic saga and just failed.
12 was okay.
12 was fun. I like 12.
I gave up on it.
Okay.
I heard it was kind of boring.
It was very influenced.
That's like Final Fantasy. Like you get
Oh,
parts that you're just gonna get stuck on.
Yeah.
Most of those games, I had to restart the entire game because I just get stuck in like a temple or something. It's like you have to beat this boss or you can't progress. It's like fuck. Well,
Yeah.
restart the entire game over.
Yeah. It's something. It was really like this section's kind of just like a tutorial. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, also, it does the Japanese thing, at least on the PS1 Classic, where X is not confirmed. Circle is.
Circle.
Because when they localized it from Japan, they didn't change it.
Which is really confusing at first.
If you're used to American games, it is. But did Metal Gear do that too?
Yeah.
It did? Okay. Yeah, there were certain PS1 era games where they swapped it and circle was like confirm and cross was cancel. I also love the music. Like the first 15 tracks on the soundtrack, I think are phenomenal.
I think they'll probably keep
They've
those
already
tracks.
reorchestrated a lot of it.
The reorchestrated ones are so fucking.
They're really good.
Oh wait, can I say that? We're not allowed to say that.
You can, yeah. Fuck.
Get closer to the mic, though.
Shit. Yeah, you probably should get closer to the mic. Just turn it so that the legs are, perpendicular. Is it perpendicular?
I have no idea.
I think it's called.
Not
I think it's called perpendicular. Yeah, we're not playing Batman Arkham Knight. Where when the graph paper lines line up, you have to avoid the tank shots.
Game of the year.
Yeah, whatever. So now Barrett's in my party, which is accomplished by him walking
Which I always
into
like
me.
that you walk.
He walks into me.
You know, you have a Biggs.
Yeah.
You have a Biggs in this game.
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy staple to have.
Oh,
Wedge.
is it?
Yeah, Wedge, Biggs, and Jesse. So.
I know you're fucking with me right now.
No, it's always been a.
There's a Wedge too.
Yeah.
Here's one thing.
Is there a Porkins?
No. But it's been a thing in Final Fantasy where you get like.
The same character names, yeah.
Yeah. Like Sid.
I
Sid
know,
is the
I
more
know
famous
Sid,
one.
but like.
Sid is everywhere.
I guess Star Wars is pretty huge over there, right? I could see Star Wars being pretty huge in Japan.
Yeah. I mean,
That seems like something American that
I think
would hit over
it's
there.
a worldwide sort of thing. So this is where we get a lecture from Barrett, who just walks out of me to talk about. Watch. Yeah. Just
Now listen here, son.
yeah. Your actors are writing out live.
The what?
Cloud's like, I don't give a shit. That's not my problem. I just want to get paid.
bunch of hippies.
They are, for sure.
I feel like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, it's still like a message that's contemporary. That's like totally contemporary.
Yeah, well, it applies to Xsplit.
Totally.
He walks into it. There's one section
Profound
here.
wealth inequality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll also do the grind thing, because there are certain sections where you just grind to level up.
Oh yeah.
There's one section early on where you can grind.
I remember just doing the world map and just walking back and forth. Grinding.
Oh yeah. There's a certain area like where there's these giant worms who give you a lot of experience for your materia to level up.
Yeah.
And you can just kill them with ice really easily. So you just kind of walk back and forth and equip materia in random slots and just wait until they all level up. And then you sell them for fucking like 1 million gil. Because I think the all materia, when you level that up and get it to master, it sells for like $1 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, this whole thing's like you just hold circle for a good majority of it. And then the battle win is sometimes delayed, which is funny. Yeah, I don't. God, like this game still is just so.
Right.
Yeah, I know it's not like the best Final Fantasy, but it definitely is the only Final Fantasy that I've played consistently for a long time.
Do you think when they remake this game that they're gonna refer more to the backstories of characters that like they developed? Vincent.
Oh yeah, I think they'll actually make them because they're optional.
Yeah.
Like you don't need them, but I think.
Oh, I hope they keep it optional because that was like the best part.
No, I think they'll make it to where you have to get them.
Again, though, if they are you asking if they're gonna expand on it?
Yeah.
Because that's all. Again, that's dangerous because people have their own, interpretations of it, and filling in those blanks for people could be. I don't know. They just need to be like really careful.
But like with Dirge of Cerberus, like they like developed a lot. There's
yeah.
backstory character. I wonder if they like
now,
refer to that.
How is Dirge of Cerberus received by Final Fantasy fans?
If you're diehard, you'll like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even the game.
What do you do? What do you do in that game?
You shoot shit and beat shit up.
Anyway, yeah. I hope they refer to like Crisis Core.
Yeah.
I love Crisis Core. So I hope they incorporate some of that Zack Fair stuff into the actual game. I feel like they will incorporate Yuffie and Vincent into where they'll incorporate them into the story where you will get them.
You will have to.
Yeah, like there'll be a part of your progression that you'll pick them up.
That's like the best part is like going through like the open world, because you like going through the open world and being like, what's your girl in the
But
forest?
it's easy to not get her.
I know it is. It's
Yeah.
really easy. I
So-
wouldn't have done it if I didn't have a
Guide.
Yeah, if I didn't have a guide, I would have never even known she existed.
Yeah, so that's why I think because she's a part of the canon story of 7, as showed by like Advent Children and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that they are there. So to make it easy for like players nowadays to just miss those characters entirely, then they're not. They have to be like
And
incorporated.
Vincent, I never
When you go to Nibelheim.
Oh yeah, oh duh, yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll do the same thing with Yuffie, where you'll randomly encounter her, but they'll make it to where she will show up no matter what at some point, and then she'll join you.
So let me ask you guys this. We've been talking about what other fans want from this remake, but as Final Fantasy VII fans, what do you guys personally want from the remake?
The cross-dressing better still be in there.
I want it as untouched as reasonably possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, what are the 3 things that you think if they touch?
The random encounters that I just talked about.
Really?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. That's so archaic. That needs to go away.
And I love it.
Oh, you love it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it'll be gone.
I hope it stays there. Probably not. What I hope stays, like what are the main things I hope stays?
What do you just in general? What do you want? Like, what do you when you?
Materia system.
Oh, that needs to be in there.
And what is that?
It's I'll show you.
Don't develop on it.
So magic in this game is fueled by materia, which I actually can't get to because wait, can I can't. Nope, I can't touch it because they haven't given it to me yet. But instead of being an innate thing, is something that is caused by a small orb called materia.
Okay.
And it's what gives you your magic abilities. And and so you equip them to your equipment and your weapons to basically have them active. However, when you have them equipped, they level up with you. So as you're getting experience, you're also getting AP points, which will level up your materia. When you level up your materia, you can't fuse them in this game. You can fuse them in Crisis Core, but I don't think you can do that in this game. But what you can do is you level them up to a certain ability, you pair them up with each other to create new sort of things. Like you have an all, which just applies to all, so you can match it up with your healing, or you can match it up to an offensive magic. So there's a lot of like mixing and matching with the materia, leveling it up to make them do more moves and stuff. Like that's like the major function for magic is just the materia system. So it's just very different from like other Final Fantasy games where you would learn spells and stuff. But in this, it's all based on an actual item. So you could basically make anybody your healer, anybody your offensive person. So.
And the Chocobo side quest.
Oh yeah.
You could like raise Chocobo and like get crazy breeds. And then this is typical of every Final Fantasy game. The like side quests for like the ultimate weapons.
Oh yeah, that needs to be side.
Yeah, no, stay side. But you find out more about the characters as well and everything usually.
Yeah. The limit system, there's no way they don't have that.
Not probably.
So, what besides cross-dressing though? What do you want?
That's a great scene.
Because you just went straight to the cross-dressing.
Well, because it's such a
iconic.
It's something that you have to do. Yeah, it's something you have to do in the story, and you have to do it pretty early on too. And it's a part where Cloud gets to like dress and other stuff, but then there's more optional things that you can get, like lingerie and perfume. And they're like key items that you keep with you for the entire game, but you only actually really use them at this one point. And it's because there's the scene where Don Corneo...
They can't have a they're not going to have a hyper-realistic
That's the thing.
Scene
is
where Cloud is in lingerie.
If they're doing...
They might do it, though.
Graphics,
they might do
Cloud
it.
Dressed up like a girl.
Like brothel.
At a brothel. How is that going to look? Like, how is that going to work out? I don't know how the hell that's going to work out.
Oh my god.
Because there's a part where this guy...
It's going to be highly suggestive. Like,
wait, didn't they say that it was going to happen?
I think they said that cross-dressing is going to be...
Oh my god.
I think it's going to be hilarious.
What if they do it and then they for that one scene alone they go back to these graphics?
Yeah.
So they're just like, I don't know, use your imagination.
Yeah, it's just funny. I want them to expand on the Zack Fair connection between him and Cloud, because he kind of shows up in this game. Barely, but
I have no idea what.
No.
What the hell was that?
He's just somebody who Cloud like really looked up to almost. Is just his.
Is that a situation? Sometimes you can get this feeling in games, or like in any sort of story, but is it one of those situations where there is a story element that got cut from it? Is that what it felt like, or was it just not well explored?
No, I think they just didn't really expand upon it at all.
Yeah.
I think it was just something they were like, all right, well, here's Zack Fair. He's the dude who Cloud looked up to and kind of took on the persona of, and then that's it. And it's like, oh, well, I mean...
So it was more for Cloud, not this.
Oh, no, this game is all about Cloud.
Okay.
Like because he starts out as this mercenary guy who doesn't really know who he is, but you find out as you progress through the story that he grew up with Tifa. He wanted to be basically a hero, a soldier, who was one of the Shinra military dudes who's like super powerful, which is what Zack was. Unfortunately, though, he failed, and he was just some lowly grunt sort of guy. So like those people I killed earlier on, who were like Shinra dudes who had guns, that was basically what Cloud was for Shinra. Then he got buddied up with Zack Fair. They went to Nibelheim again. Cloud was kind of ashamed that like he was going back home, but he had failed basically in what he was doing because he was just some lowly grunt sort of guy. And so basically he like kind of hides his face from Tifa and shit. He just wears whatever the like mask thing is. So it's like kind of like tragic in that way where he's like, oh, this dude like totally failed in what he set out to do. So then he like starts becoming delusional because at Nibelheim he gets captured by Shinra and they like put Genova cells into him, which is what it's really confusing. But those are what makes soldier is they get these Shinra cells put in, or not Shinra, they get these Genova cells put into them, and that's what gives them like their higher powers. They're kind of like mutants. Like they're better than regular humans, but they're still very human, but they're just more powerful. And it's because of these alien cells that get put into their body. And Crisis Core kind of expands upon that. But so Cloud gets the cells put into his body, but he ends up like kind of going crazy because of it, to where he kind of makes himself delusional to where he believes that he actually became a soldier, and he was a class number 1 soldier, which is the highest class of soldier. But he never did. He was only ever a lowly grunt. So he comes back to Midgar and meets Tifa, and like has this whole thing of like, oh, I was a class 1 soldier, but I left Shimmer because I'm cool. And like over the course of the story, you find out that's not true. Cloud actually is kind of shitty. He didn't ever really do anything, and it's like kind of it's a little sad.
Yeah, well, actually, I had no. When I played the game, I actually didn't know like who to believe. It's like, is that true? I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm like, Cloud's like,
yeah. Oh dear, Cloud died. Yeah, because it's just like there are certain sections where you actually, well, there's a major part where you go into Cloud's mind.
Yeah.
And like have to figure out in his memories what's real and what isn't. And so it's kind of like psychological like that. But it was confusing at the time, but now that you're like, you're older and you kind of know more about it, it makes more sense. And I really like the story. A lot of people shit on it because it doesn't make any sense the way it's presented.
Okay, cool.
So they could improve upon
a lot
that.
I thought you were just gonna say it just doesn't make sense.
No, it makes sense. Like the way I explained it to you, it made sense, even though there's like a lot of terms there that you probably don't understand. Yeah, but it's like Game of Thrones. When people fucking talk about Game of Thrones and they're like, oh yeah, Khaleesi went to Nibelheim and totally destroyed the robot. And it's just like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about. It's the same thing. It's like, when you're outside of it, you don't understand anything that's going on when people talk about it. But if you actually play through the game, you would have an understanding of like what I'm like talking about. So it's one of those situations. So now this is the last part where we gotta get the fuck out of this reactor before it blows up.
I actually failed this the first time.
Really? It's kind of hard to fail.
I know. Somehow I did.
Alright. Well, classic camera.
I know.
Yeah, so you gotta get out of here before it blows up. I think... Do you meet Aaron with this part, or is that the second Midgar? I think it's the second one that you blow up where you meet Aaron.
Yeah.
So we won't get to that part.
Go to the train yard.
Yeah, that's right. I love... it does, but I love the music. So we'll just get out of the reactor and then we'll end the video. Yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, this is kind of the game.
If it's not turn-based gameplay, what do you guys want from it, and what do you guys expect from it?
I don't know.
I don't want it to be the Kingdom Hearts action RPG style.
I think if it's not turn-based, that's exactly what it's gonna be.
Because
I don't want it 12 style either.
Yeah, that wouldn't. I don't think that would.
Really,
I don't think it would work.
Not experience 12, 13.
Oh.
12 I could deal with actually.
Yeah.
I could
I think they could still do turn-based. Like Tales of.
Turn-based is kind of
Maybe-
coming back.
Yeah. I feel like they could do like the Ni no Kuni type of battle system. Almost.
Yeah.
Like that was Sword.
Well, yeah, they kind of did that in Type 0, right?
Yes, actually. It was.
So-
actually, no. Type 0 was more action RPG, like Crisis Core.
Yeah, but it was sort of like an arena
Yeah, it was.
action RPG type deal. So like something like that, it seems. I feel like they might do that because that's kind of what they've been doing lately. Like that's what 15 kind of. It's like Kingdom Hearts and Type 0, like a mix between the two, right?
Yeah.
I haven't played any of these games, so.
It is kinda like they're not gonna do Final Fantasy Tactics. Like that's turn-based. Is tactics. They're not gonna do that with 7. I'm trying to get up the ladder. It's some parts where it's like the hitbox, or like when the press circle is not all there. Have you ever not saved Jessie? Like not gone up to him and like talked to her, or?
I think the first time.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, see, and then there's that where it's like you kind of don't know which direction to run with the camera positioning.
Yeah, that's annoying sometimes.
It can be annoying. So
especially when you have random encounters in battles.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. Like I kind of want it to be the same, but I also want them to change certain things to make more sense. Like I do hope that Vincent's a character that you have to get. It's kind of confusing. I don't want to have a guide open and be like, oh, we'll go here and get this item, and you talk to this person. It's like, No. I really hope they keep some of the charming things, like the dude who's sick when you're with Aerith, and it's this guy are sick. I kind of want them to just keep that in, just to be like, yeah, remember when this was a terrible localization? Yeah, it was pretty bad.
They're not gonna do that. There's no way.
I'm interested to see what the voice acting's gonna be like, because they could just bring back the voice actors from Advent Children, which were, I mean, really the only time that they've really been voiced. So they're kind of like the iconic.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Because they're kind of like the iconic.
Or got sound-alikes, people who just mimic those voices.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that whoever did those voices wasn't really famous, so I'm sure they'd be glad to.
And plus, they did it for all the spin-offs too.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Surface, same guy.
Interesting. Crisis Core kind of. I think it had the same Cloud voice actor. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, they're so.
They're a product of their time.
The Tales series has done well mixing real-time combat with more turn-based. I don't know if they would really draw from them though. It depends on how they. If they do random battles, then they could totally just do this, except with modern graphics, where it's like you're waiting for the time to fill up, and then you do your input, and the enemy does their input. Except with like modern graphics, and the camera will probably be like zooming around.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
I'm 100% sure it's gonna be time-based or turn-based.
Maybe they'll do the.
Like I'm 100% sure that it'll just be a slightly touched-up version of this combat system.
Yeah. Not related. Do you think Persona 5 is coming out this year?
God, I hope so.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
I want it to.
Me too.
But it's.
But I also want them to take their time. Like I can wait because I'm also playing 10 right now. For the first time.
On Vita?
Yeah.
You just blew up a reactor.
Yeah, I really want Persona 5. I'm so ready for it. It looks so good. That's another one that I'm just avoiding everything, so I hope there's no Batmobile stuff in it.
Blow our way out. Oh no, you mean Aerith. Aerith. Good out of here.
Oh, the first time you meet Aerith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the kid from Up.
Yeah. Everyone splits up. You go to the second radio station. And you just kind of like, alright, well, I guess I'll get the fuck out of here. This is one of those sections that you never go back to, too. It's like, you never see that. So, yeah. Fucking love the movie. See, Loveless is like the weird thing where it's kind of like, what is that? Nobody really knows. It's like a play, apparently, in Crisis Core. This is the first time you meet Aerith, and she's just Flower Girl. And this is her theme. And you can purchase a flower. And it's just like, alright, well, goodbye. We'll see you later. See you in a few hours. So thank you for watching the opening act of Final Fantasy VII. Brendan, what'd you think? You want to play it?
It looks fine.
You want to play 80 hours?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I'm okay.
We sold you on this game.
Yeah.
You can wait for the remake.
Yeah.
Which will be out in 4 years.
Maybe in my lifetime.
Maybe 7.
Before, maybe at least in our children's lifetime.
Yeah. So the funny thing is that Tetsuya Nomura was the director. He actually didn't know he was the director until after that trailer, apparently.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So that bodes well for that game. So yeah, thanks for watching. You can find everything we do at illustriousmagic.com. You can find all of our Twitter handles that I'm sure I'll put up here. I'm the Braid Axel. Brendan Ryan is Telescope Eyes. And then we have Cameron Tom?
Cam
Cam Tomp on Twitter. I put up the little thing there anyway. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked Final Fantasy VII. Let us know how long you think the remake's gonna take. Probably more than a few years. All right. Goodbye.